meters above the sea level. So these people have a lot of experience and they are very well organized. So they have good organization because the lead of them choose the people to make different things along the Inca Trail. For example, in this trek in the Inca Trail, we have a head of porter that he's the guy in charge to organize all of them. And he's the guy as well to organize very well all about the food, all about the service, and many other things. We have different porters that they have to do different things. For example, the porter in charge to do the tents, the porter in charge to help the cook, the porter in charge to pick up the garbage along the Inca Trail, even the porter in charge to take care of the bathroom. Nowadays, well, in these days, because the COVID-19, we are going to have another porter to be the first one to arrive to the campsite to clean and disinfect all our campsite. He's gonna be the first to arrive before us. So the porters, they work as porters, not all the time. In a specific time of the year, like for example, during the rainy season, they do other activities, like for example, to be agricultors or livestock, because their principal function is to be agricultors. So they prefer to work as a porter during the dry season to collect more money, because being agricultors or taking care of the animals, they don't get a lot of money. That's why they need to do this work. So the agency, they help them. It's me. The agency is working in their communities, helping them, for example, having a small school to help the children. And the agency is helping them as well, trying to do different activities in their countryside. Well, this is a little information about the porters. And then we have the tour guides. So all the tour guides that we work with Waikiki Trek, we went to the university or we went to study in institute, and we have to have all our accreditations. No? And about you guys, so many people comes from different places, so to do the Inca Trail or many tours around Cusco City. So long time ago, the tourists, they used to bring just the passport. Nowadays, because this pandemic, we have to bring other important document. For example, the most important that you have to bring now is your passport, your current passport. In case that you change or renew your passport, you have to bring both passports to don't have any problems to entrance to do the Inca Trail. And now it's very important that you have to send your negative COVID-19 certificate. This is very important as well, even to entrance to Peru. You must to send your symptomatology field and affidavit previously filled out and signed 2 days before to do the trek. This is very important, guys, because to do the trek, we have to pass a control. In this control, so they will check all of this documentation. Guys, in case that you have any symptoms of COVID-19 and your temperature are over 37.5 degrees Celsius, the treat cannot be made according to the protocols established by the Peruvian government. Or this is very important, guys, because it's something that we have to take care of. All the people, not just you, the people that work in Waikiki Trek and the people that are coming from the countryside, this means the porters as well. For everybody, this is very important. Well, as a mandatory, it's very important to use your chin strap and your face shield in crowded places. For example, in our tours will be very important to use both in the bus, in the train, or maybe to entrance to different places to buy some souvenirs or something. Your chin strap, you have to use it everywhere, guys, everywhere. So in Cusco City, even in some tours that you will do it around Cusco, or in our tour that is the Inca Trail. So, well, maybe you have any questions until here before to give you the whole information about the Inca Trail. Maybe something is not clear.
Thank you, Sonia. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, again, as Sonia said, do you have any questions, any curiosities about what's going to happen right now, maybe? We are very, very happy with your questions, please, okay?
So guys, maybe you understood everything or maybe nothing, but don't worry. So we are going to give you this information before to do the trek again, okay? So Inca Trail, you know guys, the Inca Trail is very famous, is one of the most important trek to arrive to Machu Picchu. So Machu Picchu was one of the most important Incan city, no? And nowadays it's possible to see 80% it's original in Machu Picchu. And along the Inca Trail, we have more than 42 kilometers to walk. And just around 30 kilometers is the original Inca Trail. It's mean made by the Incas, very well conserved. So in this trek, we are going to get an information one day before to do the trek. So that way I said, no, don't worry, since you didn't understand very well, because one day before we're going to repeat this information again. So the briefing will be one day before to do the trek. So if you want, you can choose the option to get this information in your hotel, or could be in the office if you require it. Or if you don't want, will be like WhatsApp, or like now, no, like Google Meet or some other versions. So this is going to be very important, because in this briefing we're going to explain again everything, or maybe with more details about how will be the Inca Trail and with all these biosecurity protocols. And the day that you will choose to do this trek, guys, we are going to go to pick up you very early in your hotel. It's mean around 5 in the morning, maybe 5:30 in the morning to do the trek. So it's because we have to arrive to the control around 8 between 8 to 9 in the morning. And to arrive to the beginning of our trek, we need to go by bus, and the bus take around 2 hours to arrive to the beginning of the trek. That is the reason that the pickup will be early in the morning. So at 5:30 probably we're gonna go to pick up you, and from your hotels, and maybe you will travel alone, or maybe you will travel with your partners or as a families, that we consider that you will have your own social bubbles. It's mean you don't have to keep the distance, because keep the distance away is another mandatory in Cusco and Peru, and in every places they are taking this mandatory. But you don't have to be separated. If you have your partner, for example, you don't have to walk separated, you can be together, okay? Or if you travel with your family, you can be together. When we go in the bus, will be specific places where you can sit down, no? For example, like we are seeing in the picture, no? The tour guide will be ahead. Behind will be, this is a partner that will be, they can go together, and behind them can be the family, and behind them will be a person that is going alone. So this is like, it's important to conserve this distance, but not between our friends or our families. It's important to conserve this distance between the other social bubble, okay? And So before to get into our bus, we, well, the tour guys, in this case, me, I'm going to check if the bus is following all the protocols. For example, they have to disinfect the bus all the time. It's mean after to receive the tourists, no? They have a tourist, they clean and we entrance. This is very important. And they have to get a certification like you can see here, no? That all, unfortunately guys, fortunately, sorry, we work with our own buses. So Waikiki, they are going to be very specific to control this disinfection of our bus. Don't worry. So by bus, we're gonna go approximately 1 hour, 30 minutes until to arrive to Urubamba. In Urubamba, we're gonna stop a little bit if you wanna have some pictures, and then we're gonna continue to go to the kilometer 82. So sorry guys, so maybe I got a problem with the photograph, but one day before to do the trek, we have an alternative to do the Waikiki experience. What is the Waikiki experience? No, Waikiki experience is optional for you guys. This is in case that you want to go to visit the village of the porters. So that, as I told you before, these porters, they live at the countryside. Their principal activity is to be agriculture. And that you are seeing, their principal activity is to cultivate potatoes. We have a lot of potatoes here, okay? So, and then that you can see, it's possible to know some of our porters, and it's possible to share with them their food. It's possible to try to do the work that they do in this community, and even it's possible to dress like them. It's a nice activity that takes just half a day. That's why Waikiki Trek, this agency, offer to the tourists, like if you wanna do it one day before the tour, it's very interesting. What is this? It's because to know a little bit how these porters they live, and to know a little bit about our culture as well, because these people are keeping these traditions by generations, no? And even now we can see that, you can see here, no, there are children working like their parents, and the tourists trying to do like them as well. It's a nice experience to do the Waikiki Trek. In case guys that you choose the Waikiki Trek experience, you will go by a car until the community, and the next day the bus will go to pick up you in this community, not from your hotel. Don't worry about that. Like I was saying, no, that the bus will go to pick up you in your hotel or in the village of the porter, and we're gonna take around 1 hour approximately until to arrive to Urubamba, and then from Urubamba we're gonna take another 1 hour until to arrive to the kilometer 82. We have a map here, guys, so this map is to show you how many kilometers we are going to walk the first day, how many hours will be approximately, like will be around 4 to 6 hours, and we are gonna start in an altitude of 2,600 meters, and we won't go very high because we're gonna ride until the 3,100 meter approximately. And our campsite is going to be in a very nice place, in a nice village called Wailabamba. If you see, guys, if you see this map, let me to explain you. We have this, this is the bus, Cusco City. By bus, we're gonna take 2 hours approximately until the kilometer 82. That will be the beginning of our tour. In this point, guys, in the kilometer 82, we are going to take around 30 minutes to probably to reorganize all our equipment that you know. It's included for you a small duffel bag where you will put all your belongings that you will use at the campsite, that will be carried by the porters, okay? In your personal backpack, you will carry just your stuff like water, like some snack, like your alcohol to disinfect your hands, and like your cameras and something like that, okay? And you will check everything that we're going that everything has to be very well very well organized. And then when we are going to be ready, we have to go to the control. At the kilometer 82, there is a control, okay? In this point, we have to show all our documents. For example, in your case, your passport. In my case, my identification and my accreditation to be a tour guide. And so we have to show our certificate that we don't have COVID-19 as well. Okay, this is something new that they will check. And in the control, these guys, they are going to control if we have fever or not, that we have to be minor 37.5 degrees Celsius. Okay, then after to pass the control, we're gonna go until Guayabamba. Okay, so that will be the campsite for the first day. And how it's going to be in our trek? See, this is some pictures about the first day. The trek, guys, in this day is not that difficult. It's like piece of cake. Okay, so why is this? It's because it's almost flat. Well, it's Andean flat. Andean flat is meat, is a little undulating. It's not completely flat like probably in your cities, okay? So like you can see in the picture, we are going to start at the kilometer 82. This is, for example, pictures of the first minutes. Like the first half an hour will be like this, okay? We're gonna walk along the Urubamba River, and if we are very lucky, we're gonna have nice views, like for example, this glacier, Veronica Glacier. And then, guys, around after 1 hour or an hour, 30 minutes walking, we are going to arrive to Yactapata. That is the first Incan site. That there is an appier place. This is the second part of Yactapata, that from this area we are going to have this view. It's an amazing view, guys. So you will be crazy seeing these areas because it's so beautiful. So this is an Incan state, and as you see, the Urubamba River around this, it's around this area. In this point, we're gonna take another valley. We won't follow anymore the Urubamba Valley, that is this sector, and we're gonna take another valley called Cusichaca to go to Guayabamba. Okay, so the lunch will be in this small, very small village called Tarayo. So there we have a picture of our porters. Our porters always they always arrive before us. Even these porters, they have to pass the control as well. They usually show your documents, and they will show their certificate to don't have COVID-19, and they will go now they will go with the chin strap, and the cook have to use even the face shield and the gloves and many other things, no? And well, and now our lunch will be a little different, not like this, because it's not possible to have this a lot of people in one point. That we have to keep distance, and probably we're gonna have specific places to have lunch. Okay, but lunch will be on the first day after 2 or 3 hours hiking. But this hike won't be very fast, guys. Remember that this hike will be very slow, because we're gonna stop in different places to give you information about this area, about the valley, and about the Incan sites. And after lunch, we have to continue. That this is a little map, so that we're gonna see along the Inca Trail. In this map, let me show you. The first sector is until Tarayo is like this. The second sector will be almost similar until to arrive to Guayabamba. In this map is just to see all the Inca Trail, no? But today, it's the first day we're gonna walk until this area. That's all. Okay, Guayabamba is like this. So we have a picture about the porters that are carrying this backpack that I told you before. They carry around 20 kilos. okay? And even in these controls, the guards, they control how many kilos are carrying them. And finally, we're gonna arrive to Guayabamba. Guayabamba is a small community, so it's located at 3,100 meters. So probably will be a little cold during the nights, but during the day will be not that cold. Depends of the time that you will visit Cusco City, because in Cusco City we have a specific weather. Sometimes it's very sunny. If you come in June, July, it's very sunny during the day, but during the nights and the mornings, it's very cold. But if you come, for example, during December or January, it's the temperature is not that cold, but the problem is rains almost all the day. Okay, so in Cusco City we have just two seasons: dry season and rainy season. So that is the reason that one day before you will get the information that to do the trek, to give you a better information about how will be even the weather. Okay, so before to arrive to our camp that I told you before, no, one porter will be the first to arrive to the campsite and will disinfect all the area, and probably they will put some lines to mark the area that belong us, because we won't be alone, guys. So just at the first campsite, the people we're gonna be a little far away of the other groups, but on the next campsite probably we're gonna see closer these groups. That is the reason that the porters, they have to mark the area that belong us and the area that were very well disinfected as well. So we have a little picture here that probably the porter is controlling that they don't have to pass the area that was disinfected, and the tour guide, no, it's going to disinfect the hands, or you can just wash as well. You can wash your hands as well. And as a mandatory, we have to control your temperature before to start the trek and when we arrive to the camps as well. Every day. This is going to be every day, guys. And you can see they are keeping the chin strap. This is going to be all the time as well. If you want, you can bring the regular chin strap, or you can bring another, so, or like the number 95, or so in my viewpoint, I prefer to use the regular one, because in case that I am walking and I'm probably going to sweat, maybe I'm gonna wet my chin strap, I can change it as well to the next day or every 2 hours, or depend. So this is after you guys. So how will be the campsites? Like, for example, we have a picture here. Like a mandatory, we have to keep the distance. For example, this is how the tents look like, okay? We have a tent for a partner, for example, or could be friends or two persons. Normally the tents are for two people, but we have other kind of tents like this one that can be 3 people, okay? Or if you are travel alone, we have small tents like this one, so like you can be alone. So the tents will be located keeping the distance, like a 1.5 meters distance. We are going to have a kitchen tent, and we are going to have a toilet tent, a loo, okay? And then, so like I told you before, you have to keep your social bubbles, no? Like, for example, in the picture, the person that is travel alone is going to keep his own tent. The friends, they are going to have like their own tent. Or if you are traveling in family, maybe your tents, or maybe you are 4, maybe your tents will be together, separated of the other travelers. That is very important. It's very important to keep the distance, guys, because we don't want to get COVID in this trek, right? That's why we have to follow these protocols. So if we arrive early to the camp, because probably in this time we are going to have a specific time to entrance to do the Inca Trail, and we have to be separated than the other groups as well. and probably we're gonna arrive to the campsite around 4 to 5, or if we go very slow, we're gonna arrive late. But if we arrive early, we are gonna have the chance to visit the village. Like you can see, it's a nice village with nice decoration. Even there is an Inca site in this place, and it's possible to walk around this area for a few minutes if you want. But probably you will, yeah, you will arrive a little tired, and you will prefer to keep or to be in your tent. Okay, so that's all for the first day. Okay, now we have the second day. Ooh, guys, the second day, I hear many things about the second day. Maybe you will see videos, or maybe you will get a lot of information for your friends or from other people about how difficult is the Inca Trail on the second day. The second day, guys, is difficult. I know it. I have done the Inca Trail for more than 10 years, but it's not impossible. Remember this. Little by little, we can arrive to the top. We're gonna start off 3,100 meters, and we're gonna arrive little by little to the top that is located at 4,200 meters. No, if you see the distance, we're gonna walk not 16 kilometers. We're gonna walk approximately 6 kilometers until the top. This is one, okay? It's just 6 kilometers to the top from our campsite to the top. And we're gonna walk the whole way around 7 hours to 8 hours. And we're gonna start it at 9,842 feet, and the altitude, the high place, will be at 13,828 feet. The whole distance, according this way, will be around 9 kilometers. 6 kilometers going up and 3 kilometers going down. Okay, so the Inca Trail on the second day, it's difficult, but it's possible to do it. That just we have to follow one piece. Little by little, we can arrive without any problems. The first hour is quite easy. It's not that difficult. It's a little undulating. It's up a little flat, up a little flat. So we won't have any problems. You have a picture here. So, and then this is the second hours. Well, this is the second section, because we usually split this going off in 3 sections. The first section is a little easy. The second section is a little more difficult because we have stairs on the way. But it's nice because it's covered. There are many trees. It's covered by the trees. And the third section is opened. No, like you can see that there are more stairs, and even you can see here there is the picture of the porters not going up with their backpacks, and in our case we're gonna have just small backpacks, no, with our belongings. And finally, after 2 hours walking up, we're gonna arrive to Luluchapampa. Luluchapampa is a place where we usually stop to have a snack, to relax, to use facilities. There are buildings on the way, and to have some, just to relax, no? So from our campsite until Luluchapampa will be approximately 3 hours and a half walking. So going and slow pace, not going very fast, guys. And then, so after Luluchapampa, it's more difficult. So Luluchapampa is around this area, and we have to go 2 hours more until to arrive to the top. The top is around this area, okay? You are seeing the arrow here? No, try to see that the most difficult section is going up to the Dead Woman Pass. So any woman died there, guys, don't worry. So it's just because the mountain looked like a woman sleeping. Well, you will see on the way. And then you can see there are not many trees. So it's open. It means we have a sunny day, we'll be too tired to arrive to this pass. Warmi Guanyuska Pass. Finally, after 5 hours approximately, we're gonna arrive to Warmi Guanyuska Pass. If we want, we can take pictures with our porters, like them, no? Like this is some of the tourists that they took a picture with the porters, or we can just enjoy the view. The view is very nice to see both sides of the Inca Trail, the first day and the third day. That is very nice, guys. So, and then finally, guys, we have to go down. Going down is even more difficult. In my case, I prefer going up than going down. You know why? Because going down is terrible to the knees. That's why we always suggest to bring hiking stick, because will help you a lot, guys. Will help you a lot. Can you see? Stairs all make with stones. This is the Inca Trail, guys. The whole Inca Trail is made by stones. So going down, if rains, will be even dangerous. That's why the hiking stick will help you a lot. Will be almost 2 hours like this in a slow pace. No, don't worry, it's not running. In a slow pace, going down will be like this until to arrive to our campsite. And finally, we have the second camp called Pacaimayo. So the tents will be set like, you know, like the first day and separated by the others. And if you check here, so there are terraces to the campsites. It's mean this is a campsite and next to us will be another group, for example. This is the campsite number 2 and this is the Inca Trail, sorry, this is the second day. How will be our meals, no? Like, you know, during the first day, it's included after lunch. We are gonna have lunch, we're gonna have dinner. If you want, we're gonna have hot drinks. The second day will be the same. In this case, we're gonna have our breakfast, we're gonna have our lunch, and then we're gonna have our dinner. If you want, we can have hot drinks, because in this second day, guys, will be the coldest day. You know why? Because we're gonna camp at 3,650 meters, very high, and it's going to be the coldest day as well. So that's why we suggest to bring warmer clothes too. So we usually offer chocolate, coffee to warm up, and if you want, we offer as well cookies, some popcorn, something like that. You know, because sometimes we go straight to the camp to have lunch at the campsite, and then we have the whole afternoon to relax. This is in case to our pace will be a normal pace, but in case that our pace will be very, very slow, we can stop on the half of the way, Yuyucha Pampa, remember, to have lunch, to keep going, and then to continue to our campsite. This is quite weird, because we usually go slow, and we arrive to the camp around 2 or 3 p.m. If we go very, very, very slow, we arrive to the camp around 5 to 6 p.m. This is just if we go very slow, but can be possible, okay? And then, guys, we have the third day. The third day, to me, is the most beautiful day. It's the day that we have to visit Incan site, okay? So, but now, because we have to follow the protocols to visit these Incan sites that you can see along the Inca Trail on the third day. So probably will be a guide that is going to control our temperature, because the guys that are working to this institute, Ministry of the Culture, they have to follow the protocols as well. So that you remember, every day we have to control your symptoms. How do you feel? If you have any symptom, like could be a regular symptom of altitude sickness, or could be or some symptoms about COVID. We don't know. We never know anything about the Inca Trail, but just in case, we have to control all your symptoms every day. Remember this. This is very important, and we have to control your temperature every day as well. When we arrive to the camp and before to start the trek as well. This is going to be every day. So I was saying that the Inca Trail on the third day is so beautiful. I really like this day because in this day we're going to see the original Inca Trail, that you will see the stairs or the stones are even more carved than the second day and the first day. And we're going to see very nice Incan sites, and soon I'm going to show you some pictures and will be beautiful. And how will be this day? Up again, no? 2 hours uphill until to arrive to the second pass. So in this day, yes, this ride, 16 kilometers. We have to walk 16 kilometers in day. It's the longest day too. And we have to work around 8 to 10 hours. And the altitude, we're gonna start at 3,000, 6,050 meters in this place. And we're gonna continue until Runkurrakai, the second pass. Then from here, we're gonna down to Sayajmarca, that is another Incan site. Then we're gonna continue. This is almost flat. It's undulating way, undulating, and it's very nice. It's so beautiful. You see, we're gonna be almost at the upper part of the mountain. From here, the view is very nice to see the whole valley. And then finally, we're gonna ride to Puyu Patamarca, where we are gonna stop to have lunch. In this case, we have to stop to have lunch in the middle of the way because it's a long day. And then we have to go down. Remember the second day, going down, it's 2 hours. Here will be longer, almost 3 hours. Some people take 3.5 hours to down to our camping site, call it Wiña y Huayna. So the lower place is at 2,650 meters, 8,600 feet. Okay, so this is the third day. It's so beautiful. Let me to show you some pictures. These are some pictures about the Inca Trail. It's beautiful, guys. And these belong to the first 2 hours, going out from Pacaymayo to arrive to the upper part, Runkurrakai. And as you see, we have spectacular views of the mountains. So we're gonna see some glaciers around. And when we are going to be on the way, sorry guys. So when we're gonna be on the way, we're gonna see this in Kansai. Call it Runkurrakai. It's so beautiful. We're gonna entrance to visit and to get information about this place. And then after 15 minutes to explore this area, we're gonna continue to Runkurrakai Pass. On the way, we're gonna have a view of this lake. It's so very nice. It's so beautiful, this lake. And then we have to continue until to arrive to the second pass, Runkurrakai. Hey guys, if we are lucky, if you are very lucky, it is possible to see some deers around this area because the deers, they down from different places just to get a water around this place. And it's so beautiful. This is, for example, we have this picture, this is a cloudy day. But even like this day looks beautiful. When it's sunny, it's even more beautiful, guys. After to arrive to the second pass, Runkurrakai, it's going down. Going down is nice, but it's a little difficult, remember, because it's going down the stairs. But as you see, just the beginning is very stiff, and then it's almost flat stairs. That's like this will be approximately 1 hour more until to arrive to the second Incan site. This is Sayajmarca. It's another beautiful place. It is possible to entrance and visit, and we're gonna get some information about Sayajmarca. And we are going, well, the tour guys will give you information about this place. And after Sayajmarca, we have to continue for this trail. Look, guys, this is beautiful. This is the original Inca Trail with in the cloud forest. Look, it's amazing. And we have a tunnel made by the Incas that has more than 20 meters, and we have different buildings, and the view is amazing. Look like to be in the jungle. It's amazing. This sector I really like, and you will love this section until to arrive to Puyu Patamarca. This is to Puyu Patamarca. Puyu Patamarca means a cloudy place. You can see why, right? In this area, we're gonna have lunch, and after to enjoy our fabulous lunch, we're gonna go down for another 2 more hours until another Incan site. But before to arrive there, we have the chance to visit Puyu Patamarca, that you can see it's another beautiful place with Incan stairs and with nice buildings. And then we have to continue going down. Guys, going down in this day will be difficult for people that they don't like going down. Okay, so for example, in my case, I don't like going down. I prefer to go down slow, without any problems, taking care, going with my stick, enjoying the view, enjoying the plants. Even it's possible to see some birds. If you like the birds, you will have the chance to see birds here. If you like orchids, you will have the chance to see orchid in this area because it's his habitat and something. But if you prefer to run and arrive to the camp, you will love this section. So why to run, guys? It's your vacation. It's better to enjoy, and probably will be very nice enjoying than to run. Finally, after 2 hours hiking, we're gonna ride to Intipata. Intipata is beautiful. You know why? Because the view is beautiful. We have a very nice view of the Sacred Valley, or sorry, of the Urubamba Valley. So the Urubamba River, the mountains around, the clouds. So it's beautiful. So you will love this sector. I really love this sector to take some picture or just to relax. Sometimes we stop here and we get information about this Incan site and we just relax, and people decide to meditate for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, depend, no? But you will love this area. And after Intipata, we're gonna down another half an hour more until to arrive to Wiñay Huayna. Wiñay Huayna, guys, is the name of our camping site. So in this case, we arrived around 4 to 5. We have the chance to go to see Wiñay Huayna Inca site. That you can see, it's so beautiful. It's another option. It's another option to see this area, and this is depend if you wanna go to do it, because sometimes the tourists arrive so tired and they just want to relax in the tent. But I really suggest, it's a beautiful place to go to see Wiñay Huayna Incan site. If we have a sunny day, we're gonna see mountains and glaciers around. Okay, so guys, before to explain you about how will be the last day around the Inca Trail, maybe do you have any questions? Everything it's okay, or something is not clear? Let me know your questions, guys.
Thank you, Sonia. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, I know I having many questions on in the chat. Same, if you have any questions, you can write all on the chat and I can respond immediately, please. Whatever you are in doubt, please let me know. Or let's know to Sonia.
Okay, no questions, guys. So the 4th day, how will be the 4th day? So guys, after 3 days hiking, the 4th day will be a piece of cake. Very easy for you. The 4th day, guys, the most difficult in this day is that we have to wake up very, very early, around 3:30 in the morning, 4 in the morning. You know why? Because we have to pass a control at 5:30 in the morning, but the control is not far away at our camps inside. The control is very close, it's just 5 minutes walking. But what is the problem? Is because all the tourists that they will do the Inca Trail, they will go to the checkpoint to pass the control, and you know now we have to keep the distance between us. That's why probably will be a line, a long line to pass this control. This control open at 5:30, and we're gonna take approximately 2 hours or 2 hours and a half until to arrive to Machu Picchu. So the way is not that difficult. The way is very easy. It's almost flat, flat, flat. Then a little uphill. Then will be downhill. uphill until the Sun Gate, and then from the Sun Gate will be downhill until Machu Picchu. We're gonna walk around 6 kilometers. We're gonna take between 3 to 4 hours, including the guiding tour. And we're gonna be in an elevation of 8,000, 6,000 feet approximately, okay? Well, and this day that I told you before, we're gonna start very early. This is a picture of the Inca Trail. So in this day, we have to start early because to go to the Sun Gate, because to pass the control, and because the porters, they have to take a train very early, and they have to wake up even before us to organize everything. In this date, I'm going to suggest to organize all your belongings a little faster than the other days, because will be during the night. Probably my best recommendation is to do it one night before, organize very well, and in this morning just take your day back and your clothes that you will use to arrive to Machu Picchu, and that's all. After 2 hours hiking, we're gonna arrive to the Sun Gate. The Sun Gate, guys, if we are very lucky, if you smile on the way now, maybe you are smiling or not. So we're gonna have a nice view. This is the Sun Gate, and this is a view of Machu Picchu. This is Machu Picchu, guys, and this is the mountain, the famous one that appears on the backside of the Machu Picchu. So, but if you probably are not happy, so it will be so cloudy and we won't have any view. This is the pain of the weather, guys, okay, and the pain of your aptitudes as well. So, but Sun Gate, guys, it's very important because in specific days the sun the sun goes through this building that you will see and reflect Machu Picchu. That is the reason that they call the Sun Gate. As you can see, there are terraces, and we're gonna stop here for a few minutes to give you time to relax, to enjoy Machu Picchu, to take some pictures, and probably to celebrate that finally after 4 days we are right to this point. Then little by little, no, we're gonna follow this way and we're gonna down to Machu Picchu. Okay, Machu Picchu is so beautiful, guys. Before to arrive to this area, we're gonna arrive to the Appiar place to get some pictures how with the postcard view of Machu Picchu. After to arrive to this area, so after to arrive to this area where we're gonna take some pictures, we have to go to the control. We have to go to the control again to pass the control to show our passport. It's mean, guys, when we arrive to Machu Picchu from the Sun Gate, we down directly to the Appiar Park to take the classical picture of Machu Picchu. After to spend 10 minutes in that place, we have to go to the main checkpoint to entrance to the city to visit this area. Okay, because we're gonna have a guiding tour in Machu Picchu. And this is outside Machu Picchu. It's around this area. There is a checkpoint. In this checkpoint, the guards are going to control again our passport. They are going to control us the temperature, and they are going to control our certification to don't have COVID. And we have to follow all these protocols, and probably will be a line where we have to keep the distance and everything. And then finally, we're gonna entrance as a group probably in a specific time, and we're gonna entrance to the citadel, it means to this area of Machu Picchu to have information. I'm going to give you the information. I'm gonna be your guide to explain you everything with all the details in Machu Picchu. Well, we're gonna visit the most important places. For example, we're gonna follow this area. Then we're gonna go to the Appiar part, some dial, and then we're gonna down to see the sacred places, the urban area, and finally we're gonna go to the exit. So the tour in Machu Picchu will be approximately 2 hours. And then finally, after to visit Machu Picchu, we have to take the bus to down to Aguascalientes town. Aguascalientes is the place where we can take, or we are going to take the train to go back to Cusco City. Before to get these buses, probably they will control again our temperature. We have to clean the shoe soles before to entrance to the bus, and we have to keep our distance. And then these buses will take like half an hour to arrive to Machu Picchu City. And in Machu Picchu City, we're going to have lunch. And then after lunch, we're gonna go to the train station. In the train station, like the bus, because don't belong to Waikiki, we have to use the face shield, no? And we have to follow the protocols that they have. But don't worry, all the time I'm going to give you this information. I'm going to say, well, guys, this is the time to clean our shoe sole, or is the time to wash our hands, or is the time that they will control the temperature, everything, guys. Don't worry, it's just you have to follow the protocols. Don't worry it I have to do something in this place, something in another place. I'm going to explain you everything about these protocols in all the places that we are going to visit, guys. Don't worry about that. Finally, guys, as I told you, we're gonna take the train. The train is going to take approximately 2 more hours until Ollantaytambo, and from Ollantaytambo is going to be our car by Waikiki, our private car, until to go back at Cusco City. And in Cusco City, we're going to leave you in your hotels. This is how will be the Inca Trail, guys. So that you know, the Inca Trail, it's a nice experience. It's a very nice place to visit. It's a very important place in Peru, very touristic place. That's why you have to book it in advance. So even that with this pandemic, we used to have a little problems in Peru than other places. Now the government decide to open these places again. Like for example, Machu Picchu was open just few days ago, and they are visiting Machu Picchu. The tourists are coming from Peru or from other places to visit Machu Picchu and other places, because Machu Picchu is the most important place that we have. Okay, so now this is everything, I think so, to give you the information about the Inca Trail and about the biosecurity protocols and about the agency that you choose to do this Inca Trail that I told you before. This agency has more than 21 years of experience working with tourists that comes from different places around the world, and we have all our certifications to do this tour. So it's an agency that is working with local people. Okay, now I would like to, oh sorry, before to give you to say goodbye or to listen your questions, let me to tell you that in this tour is include almost everything, all your tickets to visit the Incan sites. Like for example, Machu Picchu, is include the bus to go off to Machu Picchu, sorry, to go down from Machu Picchu to Aguascalientes, the train, the private bus to go to the beginning of the trek and to go back to your hotels, and your tour guide that will explain you everything, a professional guy. And it's included as well like 6 kilos approximately to be carried by the porters, and you have to carry just your personal stuff like your water, camera, and some stuff to do the trek, no, and to go just with a small backpack. So if you wanna rented sleeping bag or hiking stick here in the office, you can do it. So if you want to bring your own stuff, you can do it as well. So now if you have some questions, let me know, please.
Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, Sonia, she is a professional tour guide. She's been doing this for a long, long time, which her experience is helping us to understand what's going to happen right now in Peru and Cusco in our trips. Of course, these things are very, very big concern for all our travelers, all our visitors, which is very important to let you know about what's going to happen. And now, as you can see, according all this information provided by Sonia, uh, all the system work, maybe we are going to have with our visitors is going to change for all. As you can see, we include in different protocols, you know, with this COVID, which is the pandemic, which is trying to stop all this work. But in this case, Peru is already a safe travel destination already, which is giving us a warranty to lead our groups in the city, in the mountains, or wherever you go. And also, I'll let you know that if you come with Waikiki Trek, you are safe with us because we are all ready to work with all the protocols. We are just following all the regulations provided by the Peruvian state in order to be correct with our services because we save our clients and also we love our life. That's why. You have to try to trust in us. Anyways, still Peru is in standby in some areas, but Cusco as the main area for tourists is already open. Our museums, our restaurants, our hotels are already. All of them are working with all the protocols, as you can see it, right? So that's why don't be worried about anything about that. Any questions or any information you need in advance, please let you know through this system. This is the first event we've been doing. This is not the last one, of course. On ahead in the future, we're gonna have more events and we will invite it to everyone, not only with this attempt, which is the 4 days Inca Trail, and also we are going to talk about more other wonders of Peru, of Cusco, not only about treks, also about different other things. In order to say you thank you very much, and also please, if in case you need more information, all right, so you have to ask, you have to send an email for us. Anyways, this first event we are organizing for our customs was a great because we have a lot of people with us, and of course it's difficult to talk all together, but I have many good questions, many good people from Canada, from the United States, from all over the world. I'd like to say you thank you very much in order on behalf of the Waikiki Trek. One more time, thank you very much. Maybe, I don't know if you have some questions, please. If you have questions, you can raise the questions or just send an email to Waikiki Trek. Again, thank you very much one more time, please, okay? Any questions maybe before we are saying goodbye? Okay, just pay attention anytime, please, about another invitation in other events. So we are willing to show you about our country. Definitely, Peru is such a big country, nice regions, good resource, many things to see. It's not only Inca Trail, it's not only Machu Picchu. Of course, our main thing is that things, but definitely we have to see another options for our customs. That's why I invited, I open my heart, I open my country, I open Cusco for all of you. Whenever you want, you are welcome in Peru. Whenever you want, you will find many friends as Waikiki Tech Company. So definitely, before I'm going to say you goodbye, so let me explain you what does mean Waikiki. Waikiki is a Quechua name, which means friend. So Waikiki comes from Quechua language. Quechua language comes from the Incas times, which is still is surviving in the Andes. That's why if in case you come to visit us, I will show you, or Waikiki Trek staff is willing to show you these wonderful things in our Andes, in our cities. Okay, one more time, thank you very much. Okay, see you in the next time. Thank you very much, Sonia, muy amable por todo. Okay, see you in the next time as well, Sonia.
Miguel, I got a question. So one of the tourists asked it, what will happen it in one of these controls we get the temperature will be higher of 37.5. So like I know guys, like in these controls is our temperature is higher, so it's mean that we are not feeling well, that we won't know exactly what going we will have, that could be any sick, like could be fever, could be a stomach problem, could be infection, or could be COVID. We won't know about that. That why if we have this temperature higher, so we have to go to the doctor. This is important, no? Like probably when you arrive to Cusco, you arrive to the hotel, and in the hotel they will control, and you have something higher, no? Your temperature is higher, that you will go to the doctor to check what's going on with you. So it happens around before to do the trek. So we have to call a doctor about that to know what happens. And it will happens around the Inca Trail. Guys, Waikiki Trek, with Waikiki Trek, we have as a cellular, like, so that is possible to communicate with a doctor to probably to know something more about that. Probably fever won't be one symptom, will be with other symptoms. Like, you know, if any problem that we have along the Inca Trail, guys, could be COVID, could be infections, or could be the altitude sickness. Everything we have to check in our conditions about symptoms. This is regular. Even before to have this pandemic, guys, we used to work like that. So all the time we have to check the tourists all the time, because that, you know, we're gonna go to a high place. So many people comes from very low places, and they don't know exactly what probably will your body will react on the way. That way we control the symptoms. So if we have any problem along the Inca Trail, just we have to take care, and we have to communicate to the persons that, because that can communicate to Cusco City, because in all these campsites we have controls that they have radios to communicate to the principal state, and this is the way how we used to do it, no, to communicate to the persons. It is the case is very like is the case, it's very, like you say, very weird or very urgent, and we have to translate the people outside the Inca Trail. This is more with the altitude sickness, not with, we didn't have any problem with others, just altitude sickness, and we used to just go down to the first medical center. That along the Inca Trail there is just one at the beginning, and the next one is in Machu Picchu. In case that someone have any symptoms, we have to follow like that, just to call to the persons, like for example a doctor, and to know more about the symptoms, to get information what to do. Fortunately, we have protocols to follow if we have any problem along the Inca Trail. So maybe after this you have more and more questions. And like Miguel said, we're gonna do more reunions like this, in case that you wanna know more about the Inca Trail, or in case that you wanna know more about other trek that Waikiki Trek do. Like for example, the Inca Trail today is to arrive to Machu Picchu, because there is one that shorter like this one, and or like to do the Machu Picchu directly by train if you don't want to walk, or if you don't have time to do it, or if you just want to visit Machu Picchu or visit Cusco City, we can give you all the information. Okay, so maybe there are questions, guys. Let us know, please.
Okay, Sonia, I think you finished with all the questions. I don't know if there is still some questions about this event. Of course, we didn't know our clients who were in our chat. Maybe the next time we will talk more with them. Definitely, it's very important to know who are looking with us well. But in this case, I am very, very grateful with all of our invitors here that they listen to us. And definitely, this little information we provide to everyone is going to help. And if they want to travel not only to Peru, I think this kind of protocols we fulfill in all South America. So because there are many people are not traveling only to Peru, come to Bolivia, Ecuador, Argentina, or different countries, which are also very important as Peru. But anyways, in Peru, our protocols are very strict. We have to fulfill. The only thing the visitors have to do is just follow the protocols, follow the regulations. That's it. So with more information, of course, we will support little by little because the regulations, the laws are changing day by day. So we don't have fixed regulations for now. Peruvian people, Peruvian government is changing all the time. That's why. So this is in advance, able to explain everyone that Machu Picchu is already open and tourists in Cusco are available to see now. And I want to say you that we have already some tourists walking around in Cusco. It's weird because normally Cusco is kind of big city full of tourists, but now we can count a few of them. But for sure, I hope that very soon, so we're gonna have the same event again. So anyways, for any other information, I would like to invite to you contact with us with YQ Trek. We are willing to help you. So if you don't have any more questions, I don't know, please maybe so we can say thank you again and see you next time. Do you have any questions maybe even for me? Because also I can respond to your questions. Don't worry about that. So I am a guide also. I work in the mountains. I have an experience. Well, I do a lot of hikes with mountains, leading people, old people, young people. So with all these regulations, we have to be careful with all our hikers. That's very, very important. That's why, so if you have information in advance, you will be safe with us. Don't worry about that. Okay? So on behalf of YKTF, myself, Miguel, so thank you very much one more time. So definitely I will see you soon in Peru doing one of my hikes, and hopefully some of you will be my tourists, no? I am very, very grateful to lead you up in the mountain. Thank you very much and see you the next time. Thank you very much.